Welcome back, everybody, to the first episode of this season's version of the Chroncast. I am your host, as always, Alex Rickman, editor and head writer at Canucks Chronicles. Joining me, as always, now from the hockey news, big news from the off-season, Kaja Antic. Kai, how's it going?
Yeah. Hello. I'm alright. I went to Alberta and all I got was
So
six,
sorry for you.
That's why I said this, but otherwise
For
doing
both-
okay.
Both parts of it, really.
That I went to
This
Alberta.
show's going to last 3 weeks. We're going to get canceled.
Oh, okay. Okay. I was just like, damn. If behind the scenes info, the first recording lasted 3 seconds.
Damn it. It's going to be a long season.
It's gonna last 7 seconds.
Speaking of the season, let's get into the actual podcast part of the podcast. We're recording this Tuesday morning. Season starting in 2 days from where we are for the Canucks. NHL games are being played tonight. Let's just get into it right away. Kaya, what are we expecting for the Canucks this season?
In 3 hours.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm being honest, I'm not expecting a lot. We peaked in 23-24. Last year was awful. This year, I'm expecting just above our level last year. I mean, I think Adam Foote has gotten through with a bunch of the players, but still, I don't want to keep any I don't want to keep expectations potentially for a team that could crash and burn just as easily as they could.
Yeah, I mean,
could succeed.
I'm not coming into the season expecting 23-24 again. That would just be setting myself up for major disappointment. I do think things will be better than last year. Basing this off of a few things. One, I think we're going into the season with the defense we really needed to go into the season with last year. It felt like last year it was basically just Quinn Hughes and Prey, and now we have an actual top 4. Plus, pretty solid options in depth. Damn it.
We have a top 3 plus Hronik.
And I do feel like last year, I put it this way to a few people. 23-24 felt like the year where everything that could go right went right. 24-25 was the year that everything that could go wrong went wrong. This year, I think it works out somewhere in the middle. My expectation is probably that we are around a wildcard team with a little bit of a margin of error on either end, but I'm not expecting us. Yeah. We're not going to be a contender barring absolute Ted Lasso season 3 level miracle fluke. Mm-hmm. But I don't think we're going to be exactly in the race for Gavin McKenna either.
Yeah, I think we're going to be very...
Yeah.
We are going to be a wild... We're not winning the division. I think our target... they can say we want to be contender. Our target is wildcard team.
No, Edmonton or Vegas will win the division, barring...
That's about all I could say.
Some
right now.
Incredibly unforeseen circumstances. I don't even know what it would take for someone else to win it at this point.
Macklin celebrating 200
I think
points.
Get to 6 with that.
San Jose is still 7th.
Seattle, there's a few.
Actually, Calgary. Edmonton. But yeah, I don't know. Yeah. It's a season for the Canucks basically to prove.
This is the prove it year. Nope.
Good news.
I mean, no. This is absolutely the prove it year to Quinn. It's if this year goes wrong, he's gone. If it goes right, you have a chance. I don't know what the odds are. I can't read Quinn Hughes' thoughts. I don't know what he's thinking right now about the future with this team, but I think if this year doesn't go right, it's over. At that point, you really just have no other option. You're rebuilding. Quinn Hughes is gone.
Yeah.
That being said, I also do wonder if this is the lineup we're going to be icing for the full season, if that makes sense, because I do feel like with our ever-aggressive front office, if things do start to go right, I wonder how quickly they end up making a trade to add to the top 6, which does feel like, the main thing holding this team back is the top 6 is a little light. But, yeah, just another thing to wonder about. We've heard in recent days that Tom Willander and Jonathan Lekkerimäki have been mentioned in some trade talks, I assume on other teams' ends rather than us shopping them, which would be a little bold from us. But yeah, so we'll see what happens.
That would be a little weird.
I do think if things go right that we will be making a trade for a second line center of some sort.
A little bold from us.
Don't know who it's going to be. Don't know what I'd be comfortable giving up. It all really depends on the whole deal. But yeah.
Teddy Bluger, you are a New York Islander. Please.
Yeah, I was going to try to use Teddy Bluger's name to make a segue there, but I'm not going to find it, so we're just going to go this way. Seems like the lineups are more or less, at least presumably, set for the game against Calgary. They've got the practice line they've been rolling with for a few days. We can talk about that a little bit after this, but first let's talk about what we kind of ideally, each of us think the lines would look like for the season opener. Let's just go kind of line by line with this. Kai, do you want to start us off with what you think an ideal first line would look like?
I really like the line. I know you have your reservations of it, but I really like the Jake DeBrusk, Elias Pettersson, Brock Besser line. I think that just like the talent on that line alone drives it forward. Like, yeah, you can have your reservations about the defense or the speed potentially, but no, I think that line scoring wise.
No, so I'm a little more hesitant to go with this line out the gate for reason mentioned above, largely due to speed. So I've gone for a little bit of a bolder choice. I also, in recent years, Pettersson and Besser together has not been the most impressive duo to me. I feel like they are better suited on different lines. So, left wing, I'm a little willing to go two ways with this. I think Jake DeBrusk can do a fine job on that line because basically no matter what with Jake DeBrusk, you're going to get 20 to 30 of the weirdest goals you've ever seen. You can put him with anyone and that'll be fine. So I'm fine with DeBrusk. The other option, I would not mind seeing Evander Kane play on that line because I feel like if we need to get something out of Evander Kane, first of all, I don't want him playing in the bottom six because I don't trust the defense in the bottom six. And second of all, I feel like just giving Pettersson that shooter is kind of the best option for both of them. Also, in theory, can be some protection for PD. Oh, 1 second. I feel like this can work. Kane is a little bit of an awkward one to put onto any line, just with his playstyle, but I feel like this is the one where it might be best suited towards getting him going, which, with what we're paying him, we really need him to be contributing. Yes.
Yeah.
Well, here's the.
If you're worried about
this is why the right wing position is important to me. Because I don't have Brock Besser there. I have Connor Garland.
Yeah, so you have two speed guys and a guy who is honestly slower than a Rocky Mountaineer train going up the spiral tunnels.
Yeah, it's just that my thoughts are you can have two slow wingers or one slow winger. Because DeBrusk is not exactly speed. DeBrusk and Besser are not exactly speed demons either.
I guess.
They move better than Kane, but they're still not really
speed demons.
Their speed's not really an asset to their game. That's the thing. It's like
they move better than Kane, but they
pick
still
which bad skater you want. And then that's how that works. And then I think Garland, PD is pretty reliable defensively. Garland's forecheck, I think, also somewhat makes up for Kane's standing still defensively. His standing still.
Lack of anything?
He can shoot and he can hit. That's about it.
Lack of anything contributing at all. I am not high on
Evander about Kane. This so far.
No one's noticed yet. I am not high on that guy.
if you have not yet picked up on
Yeah,
the hints
very
being dropped
subtle.
about
No
Evander Kane.
signs whatsoever.
But yeah, I think I quite like the idea of Garland with Pettersson.
Yeah,
also,
really,
just
like,
because
favorite
at times
player.
it feels like Pettersson does kind of need a little boost to get him going. Certainly throughout the last couple seasons, there have been a lot of slow moments. And I feel like Garland's energy just makes whoever he's playing with better.
Mm-hmm.
So I would like to see that. So let's move to the second line. This one, certainly with what we've gone through so far, feels a little more cut and dry, but I don't know. Kaya, what do you got?
I have Hedel, second line center, Garland on the right wing, and then the left wing I kind of have like interchangeable, really. You could put Sherwood, you could put Drew O'Connor, Ratu, Carlson.
No, I mean, I also have Hedel centering it.
I'm
Feels like the obvious choice, and he's had a fantastic preseason, so absolutely worth giving him a look there. I've got, as I put Garland on the first line, I've got Besser on the second. I feel like, again, this is kind of a complementary, one makes up for the other thing. Left wing, I would also go interchangeable. Like I said, DeBrusk can give you 20 to 30 weird goals, or you can throw Kane on that line, depending on what you want to do on the first. Either way, feels like some combination of Kane and DeBrusk, Hedel, Besser to me.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't have Kane in that mix, but I'll get into that later. Third line, I had a kid line.
Yep.
I had Coots center, which I'm assuming once he hits the 9 games, they're going to send him back to the Dub to play with Seattle. So I have Carlson switching out in center there, but Ratu could also be on the center for that line as well because face-offs. But yeah, to start, Ratu, Coots, and Lekarimeki potentially, along with Carlson
like that,
switching in Hoglander when he comes back, but he's not due back until like December-ish. So yeah, he's
Hoglander supposedly age 10 weeks, which with the Canucks medical staff means he is out for the season.
Okay. Hey, if Ryan Gauld can come back,
just how many times?
I mean, granted, that was 2 to 3 weeks.
That's the thing. They never specified 2 to 3 weeks how many times.
And then 2 to 3 weeks. It added up probably
just a lot of times. No, so for me, third line, I've got 2/3 of it the exact same. I've got Coots centering it. I also would assume the plan at least is to send him back to Seattle after the 9 games. I would bump Ratu into the center spot after that point, or maybe someone else depending on performance. That's, if somebody comes out and is doing really well, maybe they can get it, but whatever. Lekarimeki on the right, and I've got Drew O'Connor on left wing. I like O'Connor's forecheck. I think he's just kind of a good presence on a third line where it feels like he's pretty reliable in any role. He's good defensively. He can do this. Lekarimeki defensively, not especially impressive so far, but obviously fantastic shooter. Coots, I don't want to lean too hard on him into anything defensively just because he is but a child. It seems like you don't want to lean on him to be like your traditional matchup third-line center as an 18-year-old who's probably just going to play 9 games. So I think giving them a guy like O'Connor, I think, helps stabilize that. Kiefer Sherwood could also totally do a great job in this role, but I've just picked O'Connor. I feel like he's more comfortable on the left, too. But yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. That's where I put him, too. And then, bottom line, I don't want to put him there, but, I couldn't figure out another place to put him was Sherwood. Which, on the right, which I was I'm not sure about, but, he's pretty versatile. I feel like he could fit on the left side with Coots as well. But I had Berger as the center, which could also be interchangeable with Ratu and Carlson, etc. And then I had Baines.
So I've got Ratu on left wing, Bluger
Right
at
now,
center,
so-
with a note that Ratu takes the face off and then just plays the wing during play. Like, Bluger just has the response. Kind of like what they were doing with the Lotto line a few years ago, where JT would take the face off and then play left wing instead. Just feels like Ratu is probably the best face-off guy on the roster, which is a little weird for such a young player, but why not have him take the draws? And then, I've got Sherwood on the right. Right now, I have Linus Karlsson and Arshdeep Bains as the two forwards in the press box. Once Coots goes down, again, I have Ratu initially bumping into the third line center role. I'd like to see Linus Karlsson be the one to get the look there. Nothing against Arshdeep Bains, it's just he's like a little bit... I feel like Karlsson gives you a little more upside. Yeah. Like, Bains...
Yeah, I feel like Bains still needs time to develop.
Like, every look he's had been solid.
Had some flashes.
It's just I think Karlsson has an extra gear over him.
Not yet. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I have Kane. I actually wrote it down. I have Kane floating in a cloud. Because to not put him in my lineup. I have him up here.
How about the defense?
So there's Evander Kane.
Oh. Yeah, so let's just move into the defense from this. I mean, feels fairly cut and dry right now, although a little bit of a wrinkle today with Victor Mancini being called back up, which we can touch on in a little bit, but...
Yeah. I mean, it was probably inevitable anyway, based on just how he is as a player. But yeah,
pretty much.
Ronick,
the one
Myers,
kind of thing you could argue is on that third pair, who plays the left side, who plays the right side, but it's probably...
Yeah, like, I feel like the third pair is going to be shuffled around quite a bit throughout the season between, like, Forbert, Joseph,
could even see, like, Willander get a look at some point, or Kudravtsev or someone like that.
Pettersson, but...
Yeah, that guy. Kudravtsev at some point could also get a look.
Willander. That guy. Swedish! Yeah, it'd be interesting. But yeah, I think that's it for...
Yeah, and I mean,
where everyone's
I will say,
at,
this is the best looking Canucks defense I have seen in a long time. This actually looks like a very solid NHL defense, rather than whatever the hell it's been for the last decade, for a little bit of time in 2023-24.
Noah Juleson. And then goaltenders.
So some breaking news.
Starting.
I mean, he is starting tonight. However, just
in case you haven't known, no.
He's starting in Pittsburgh tonight. Yeah.
Wait, is he? What? Okay, because I was like, I did not pay attention if he was like.
Not long ago, he will be getting the nod tonight.
I mean, Jari's also not very good, but.
Also, just good for him, absolutely. Checking.
Good for him.
Text you sent me before the show that I am just now noticing properly the details of Teddy Bluger not on the ice for practice today after Mancini got called up.
Oh, I think that's because he blocked a shot.
There's an image within this text
or something like that. Something happened during.
No, never mind. That's something else.
Game.
Yeah,
I can't exactly.
Or like the whatever. Anyway, that is likely what has happened. Obviously, just not feeling it today, given the day off. I could also put on my conspiracy theorist hat and say that means he's going to Chicago for Lucas Reichel. He's not coming back.
He's going to New York.
It never comes home.
No. He's coming home. He's coming home. I know. Yeah. Wow. Crosby
I can believe that.
More points than any of the Rangers.
But yeah, just like getting into this lineup, let's talk a little bit more about Braden Coots, because this has kind of been the story with the team for the last little while now. He made it. I think going into camp, if you had told me Braden Coots was going to be playing NHL games this season, I'd have been just thinking, oh God, this is a horrible idea. What has happened? Because I'm generally really conservative with getting prospects in the league. He's earned this. He's absolutely. I would have been upset if he didn't make it after the showing he's given. Yeah.
He plays
yeah.
like a veteran. And he's 18.
And this was the guy who we were talking about having
crazy
the high floor, maybe not the highest ceiling. He kind of looks like he could be. He could be something.
Yeah.
I was gonna say the kind of guys he reminds me of is mostly Bo. With his movement, he reminds me a little bit of Garland too.
Yeah.
Mostly Bo. Right-handed shot too, which is fantastic. We've needed a right shot center for too long.
Mm-hmm.
So, I'm hoping that the plan is to send him back to Seattle and not burn that first year of his ELC, because one, obviously having guys on ELC years, fantastic value. Two, do not rush another prospect development. See Vasily Podkolzin. But
yeah.
Oh, God. Yeah, I want to see what this kid can do for 9 games. Like this. There were a lot of people I can remember at the time of this pick who were a little upset, not like outraged, but upset that we passed on Victor Eklund for him. I don't see a way you can't call him our top prospect right away, first of all.
Yeah. What do you mean? Our top prospect is obviously Guillaume
I do
Brisebois.
love Brisebois.
My goat.
It seemed like it was going to happen.
He was almost the longest tenured Canuck. Never mind, everybody. Almost the longest tenured Canuck. Yeah. Until July 1st. So, that would have been a great bit. But yeah, no, child labor. It's working out for the Canucks so far. And let's not burn out the rookies or rush them into performing. You said Vasily
Child labor, it's working out. Kaja Antic 2025.
Logan Sargent. Oh my God. Don't quote me on that. I took that quote from Adam Foote. Because obviously that's what he's doing. That's an 18-year-old. That's a baby. Anyway. What do you think is gonna happen in the league? Great segue there, Kaja.
I hope so.
Do you think Florida and Tampa are going to continue to kill each other?
So for anyone who, like me, missed this game...
300!
2 of them. What was the total again for penalty minutes in this game? A preseason game? Yeah.
So, the first game, preseason. First game, 186. Second game, 322. There were multiple suspensions and fines handed out, mostly on the side of Tampa. John Cooper also got fined $25,000, and the organization got fined $100,000 for letting it get out of hand. Which, like, I am on Tampa's side here, but also is objectively hilarious because you also look at the shots. They had 10 shots in the first, 5 shots in the second, and 0 shots in the third. They were out there to destroy the Florida Panthers. Mm-hmm. And the Panthers are already also depleted because they don't have Barkov for the season.
Yeah.
They don't have Tkachuk until December, at least. So they're already depleted. They were just going for Ekblad, which, like, he got away with what he did last year. Sam Bennett got away with a lot. Like, there's a lot to not like the Florida Panthers about. Tampa, whoa. whoa, they took it to the next level, and a lot of NHL fans were cheering them on for it. The Florida announcers were not very pleased with what was going on, but if it's not from Florida, it's fine. Anyway, yeah, if it's from Florida, it's fine. If it's aggressive action, it's from Florida, it's fine. If it's from a team other than Florida, they are automatic war criminals and should be tried. Anyway, Florida and Tampa, insane. I'm also just about to steal a bit here for the in-season Stanley Cup. So, if you're not familiar with this thing, basically it starts with whoever won the Stanley Cup the previous year. Whoever is the first to beat that team gets the cup, and then whoever beats that team gets that cup, etc., etc., etc. We're also tracking a loser cup this year, so whoever loses to Edmonton first, they get the cup, and then the next team to lose to that team gets the cup, so on and so forth. So last year, the first team to win the in-season Stanley Cup, to hold it, they had it for 2 days at the beginning of the year, was Ottawa. It ended with the Toronto Maple Leafs. So the Toronto Maple Leafs, you won the in-season Stanley Cup. The in-season Losers Cup, the first team to get it, after Edmonton held it the first team to get it were the Philadelphia Flyers, who held it for 11 days. And then it was transferred. The team that ended with the Loser Cup, actually, were the Florida Panthers. Which is objectively hilarious, because New York, the longest team to have it. Tampa had the in-season Stanley Cup 4 times. So they had it the most. They got it the most. And the team that held it the longest, it was Washington with 21 days. The next was Anaheim with 19. Yeah. Which I think was over the 4 Nations
that makes
break.
Sense. That makes sense.
That was the only time they got it. I did not account for that. But yeah, for the losers, Philly 4 times. Yeah. And they also had the most amount of days with 24. They were not the team that had it over the 4 Nations break, though. That was Pittsburgh. But yeah, so we each picked 3 teams who we think would potentially hold on to both the in-season Stanley Cup and the in-season Loser Cup. For my Stanley Cup picks, I decided Toronto, so the Toronto Maple Leafs, they go for the repeat. Carolina Hurricanes, and the Winnipeg Jets. So historically very good regular season teams.
So I've gone for the Dallas Stars.
Who were your teams for the in-season Stanley Cup?
The Tampa Bay Lightning. And the Vancouver Canucks, for no reason other than this feels like the kind of thing we'd accidentally do.
Yeah, that's fair. For the in-season Loser Cup, I put Tampa just because of how Florida... I mean, they won that first game, but the most recent preseason game was rough. Vasilevsky led against 6. It would have been 8-0, but then Nico Mikkola had come back onto the ice. That was a mess. But yeah,
just
I had
a
Tampa,
quick
Anaheim.
Disclaimer. I did not know what this was until about 2 hours before we recorded today when Kaja asked about doing this as a bit. So my picks are not exactly take with most experience. I just had to compare this to the college football MacGuffin, which is something I have heard of. So my 3 picks for the Loser Cup are the San Jose Sharks, because I just wanted to pick a bad team. The Buffalo Sabres, because I also thought about picking a bad team. And the Vancouver Canucks, because this somehow also feels like something we would accidentally do.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. I don't even think we had the Loser Cup at all. That's this season. That's empty. I will look it up. I'm going to check loser count. We did not have it once last year. We did not hold.
I thought I just celebrated
cup.
That. Just showed the state of this franchise. Anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, they also...
Florida held it more than we did. We had the in-season cup as well. We had it for 6 days total.
Oh, yeah.
We had it once after beating Washington 2-1, and then when we lost to Dallas.
Oh, yeah.
We lost to Dallas on the trade day. That was when we lost the in-season Stanley Cup. That day.
Yeah.
Anyway. That's all for
contracts.
that.
So we'll start with probably the biggest contract news the NHL has had in God knows how long, to be completely honest with you. Kirill Kaprizov has signed an extension with the Minnesota Wild. I forgot to pull up the numbers, which I meant to do.
This is your bit. You go with it.
Great professionalism, Alex. I think it might have been more. Kirill Kaprizov, 8-year, $17 million AAV contract. Huge deal. I have mixed feelings on this. Because on the one hand, the cap is going to go up, which will make it a little bit less bad. They really don't have a whole lot else. The thing is,
he doesn't really.
The thing is, on the one hand, I see that. On the other hand, I see.
He's not Connor McDavid good.
In my head, at least, he is hands down the best winger in the NHL. The cap's going to go up, and I think we are forgetting last year before he got hurt, he was going to win MVP. Like, it was not going to be a close race. It was going to be Kaprizov. So this is a player who can be performing as one of, if not the best in the league for at least a stint. I'm not, I just want to go on record and say I did not just call Kirill Kaprizov the best player in the NHL, but I did say he's the best winger in the NHL. I think he's one of the top forwards. And I think this would have aged a lot better. If not for yesterday's news, where a couple of other smaller deals were signed. Jake Wallman 7x7, which is a contract. That was... Listen, last year...
It's a choice.
I want to be completely honest with everybody. I was clamoring for the Canucks to trade for Jake Wallman before we made the Marcus Pettersson trade. Good lord. But 7x7, that Marcus Pettersson contract is going to age like fine wine. Like, we have him on such a good deal. And then the Oilers also, smaller deal, signed some guy 2 year, $12.5 million AAV, whatever, not important. Connor McMichael, something like that? No, he's in Washington. That's an actual person I did. I kind of... Thank you. Shout out Connor McMichael. Good player.
Yeah. Good job, bud.
Yeah, McDavid signs 2 years, same AAV as he was already on.
Connor...
What's interesting about this to me is I certainly get the feeling that if the Oilers... The fact that it's a 2-year deal rather than, 4 years plus says to me if the Oilers don't win a cup within this contract, I think he's gone. No.
Connor McDavid, you are a Vancouver Canuck.
No.
Let's sign it. Let's sign the deal. Please.
No.
He's so funny. Why? We'd have an elite second line center then. Elias Pettersson.
Yes.
You just hate Connor McDavid, huh?
Have you met me?
It would be really, honestly, I'm not surprised that he signed a short-term deal at least, because if I was his wife and I just opened a bar in Edmonton and you just decide to not
you do definitely need
bit, I'd be so pissed off.
Yeah, no, he's been on the couch for months at that point.
Lauren, good job.
The bar needs to get off the ground a little bit, so it's good for business for that, especially. And again, it prevents them from having to remain long-term in Edmonton. Here. Which really, McDavid stays for another 2 years. Can't say I'm really surprised by this news. I was obviously interested in the storyline, but I don't think anyone actually expected him to leave, at least not now. And yeah, the storyline continues on for another couple of years.
Yeah.
Yeah, anything more we want to talk about here, or should we just move on? Well, I was going to say with hockey before we go to other sports, but that was what that meant.
Oh, yeah, right. I guess that's a thing. I don't know. Hockey.
Just go ahead and begin talking about the Blue Jays.
Let's talk about the real sports. Baseball. The Toronto Blue Jays are the best team. I won't swear to make you do more editing, but I was so close there. To quote Buck Martinez, the Yankees, they're not a good team. Like, come on. I know you had 7 runs, but you still lost. Okay? Trey Savage owns you. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. owns you. Alejandro Kirk owns you. Ernie Clement owns you. You got owned by Ernie, alright? You know what? I just need the Yankees to be done with. Mainly so I can bug you about it. So, honestly, go Blue Jays. Let's get this done. Let's get the job done in New York. Make them rue the day that they let us into their franchise. Yeah. No. Building. I don't know what I'm saying anymore. Go Blue Jays! Just like the Yankees try to hold on to a lead. Anyway, but
you say we didn't have a lead.
Just like Max Free's performance on the mound. Anyway. Yeah. Okay. But baseball good. That's all I'm gonna say. Yeah. I'm so tired.
Hold on a second. I just need a prop quickly. Well. It'll be 2 seconds. Anyway, we're back.
Boo. But, bro, okay. Whatever. Big dump.
I will be, upon the Yankees disappointing me, cheering for Vancouver's real team, the Pacific Northwest team, the Seattle Mariners.
The Pacific. I am under your floorboards. You know what? You know what? I'll let you glow for a little bit now. McLaren. World Constructors Championship. Well, it's not like Red Bull's
as many have said, countless people are just a bad team.
Car and Helmut Marko.
Red Bull are just a bad team. Red Bull are a bad team.
You cut out. Well,
yeah. We need to edit that bit too. This show has gone way off the rails already.
Yeah, I'm not,
early in the season for us too.
Yeah. I don't know. Red Bull was obviously not going to win it. Do I think that they're purposefully sabotaging Oscar Piastri? Find out later at 11. If Oscar had done that move, you know, papaya rules. I think it's because Zach Brown likes Lando, Andrea Stella likes Oscar.
Full disclosure.
But Zach Brown
yes.
is the louder
So
voice there.
my thoughts on
That's
the
just my
move in
take on
question
it.
is that I have not yet seen the race actually, so I don't know what the move is. I just choose to agree with Zach Brown.
Basically, Lando kind of forced his way in. Like, he had the gap there, but Oscar wasn't really happy with it because he was trying to get around Max, but then he also ended up hitting Oscar. But yeah. And then Oscar had the slow pit stop. Like, there's just so much happening between those two. It would be really funny if Max came through and ended up winning the title. It's a long shot. He's 41 points back, I think.
No, I mean, it feels like at this point...
But it would be hilarious.
Feels like at this point,
left,
Max
let's
has a shot just based on the fact that he is Max Verstappen. But it's really... It's like... Yeah, like,
it's not
this
like
year,
Lando
it feels like it will be
year,
one of the McLarens. Oscar, obviously, currently leading the championship by 22 points, I believe. So that's certainly an advantage his way, but plenty of time to go. One DNF and things are totally different either way.
Yeah.
I mean, like, if I were a betting man, my money would be on Oscar to win it right now, but I don't think it's over for either driver.
It's not over. I don't think, like, if it's going to be between the two McLarens, it's not going to be over until Abu Dhabi. But, yeah, I don't know. Lando Norris. Arsenal. Anyway, speaking of football,
pretty good
Thomas Muller.
Yeah, I need to...
Pretty good.
I'm going to pull up his stats quickly.
Wow.
I mean, a lot of them have been, but...
Granted, most of his goals
I was sent this stat before the Caps game against San Jose 2 days ago at time of recording, which a 4-1 win, Caps, I believe, top of the West right now, or tied for top of the West. Tied with San Diego on points. San Diego have the tiebreaker on wins, but we also have a game in hand. So, there's that. Thomas Muller, before that game, had a goal contribution every 43 minutes as a member of the Vancouver Whitecaps. Which, probably, he had a goal... I think he had a goal and an assist last game, so it's at least kept the pace. Which, again, for anyone listening who's not a soccer fan, that's basically he's averaging 2 points per game.
Yeah, he definitely had an assist.
To put it in hockey terms. MLS, so... MLS, he has 5 games, 5 goals, which I think 3 have been pens, but still. And 3 assists. I know he has 2. He had 2 in one game, didn't he?
2.
In the Philly, and he had 1 before. The Philly game, he had 2, and St. Louis, he had 1.
2 in one game. That was the game.
I thought he only had 1.
I thought St. Louis
he had the late pen.
He got the late pen. He might have scored the other one in open play. I don't remember.
I was not there. I don't remember. Anyway, Muller's really good. And, I mean, Berhalter, fantastic. Ryan Gauld is back.
So Sebastian Berhalter.
Ryan Gauld is playing football again, which I did not think I was going to be saying this season at one point. Only briefly seen him on the pitch alongside Muller at the end of the Caps 4-1 win against San Jose, but this is a duo that is going to be so good come playoff time. I think the Caps right now, it's weird because we must be one of the most injured teams in MLS, if not the most injured. And still right now, I would say we're probably playing like the best team in the league. Okay, yeah.
He only had 1 goal in the St. Louis game, which was the pen. Never mind. That's,
no, this incredibly injured Whitecaps team is still probably the best in MLS right now. And is only going to, knock on wood as I say this for no more injuries, but is only going to get guys back as the season continues and we get toward the postseason. New signing, whose last name, I'm sorry, but this is how I've been told to pronounce it, Jodrick Poop. How did they say it?
They said it differently on the MLS broadcast.
Poupe?
I think he said like
Poupe.
Poupe.
Like Jamie Tartan.
Something like that. I don't know, but like which honestly
Yeah,
exactly. I was gonna say that. I was like,
so okay.
Jamie Tart.
Poupe. Now potentially going to be able to get some minutes before the postseason. Tristan Blackman potentially able to come back from injury. Gold, as I've mentioned, back. I mean, I want to be careful because I'm a Vancouver sports fan and have been disappointed in my team so many times over the years. I don't see how we're not the favorites right now for MLS Cup.
Yeah.
I think
No.
most things are.
Oh my god, the NBA trophy is taller than Tate Johnson. Sorry. The Caps went to the NBA.
They got to go hang out with the trophy.
Preseason game between the Nuggets and the Raptors last night. And yes.
No.
I know why Ranko was there. He wasn't there for the Raptors. He was there for my guy. Anyway, I just ran over my foot with my chair, so this is going great.
Yeah.
Anyway, but yeah, I think we are the favorites. Philadelphia, they won the Supporters' Shield, but
they kind of got there by accident.
Let's be real, it's Philadelphia. There's about 6 or 7 reasons why they're not winning the MLS Cup. The 7 being the 7 we put past them a few weeks ago. What else is there to say about...
And, I mean, actually looking at this from a footballing perspective, first of all, we've beaten them twice this season. Pretty comfortably both times, with a worse squad, I would say, than we have right now.
True.
And, speaking of Muller, there is one player who has consistently found success against the Barcelona guys throughout his career. The 8-2 win in the Champions League, the 2014 World Cup final against Argentina.
Thomas Muller, la, la, la,
listen, my favorite player growing up was Lionel Messi. However, Thomas Muller does kind of own him. I want Miami in the final if we make it.
Okay. Yes.
I want Miami.
That is true. That would be hilarious. if they get past whatever wild card spot there is, because last year, Atlanta.
Yeah.
That was fun.
San Diego.
Yeah, anyway.
I mean, listen, they're first in the West.
Diego,
they beat us earlier this season, so I want to be careful here. But I do think they're absolutely an upset candidate.
First in the West, but not for long.
Really the one team in the West where I look at them and go, okay, that worries me a little bit,
MLS.
is LAFC. Based one on recent history. And Sun has been fantastic since joining.
Sun.
It's more just the fact that LAFC, after knocking us out 2 years in a row, kind of scare me. But this is a different Whitecaps team to those ones, too. Like, first of all, with all due respect to Vanni Sartini, who is a very, like, true gentleman, Jesper has the team just on a whole new level here. Like, Jesper has taken the same group of players, largely, plus, obviously, you know, new additions, Muller, Sabi, guys like that, and just found a whole new level in some of these guys. Yeah. Like... The way, like,
before
Sebastian Berhalter is, I think, pinnacle of this as an example. Under Vanni, he was a good player. There was nothing bad about him. Under Jesper, he's become, like, an all-star playing for the U.S. national team.
Yeah.
I don't even want to think about what his next contract is going to look like. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, like, also, the first year under Vanni, he was injured for the majority of it. But, yeah, he's become, like, a whole other... Like, he's arguably...
No, I mean, he's... Yeah.
The MLS.
So just 2 games to go for the Whitecaps for the postseason. 1 in Orlando and a home game against FC Dallas. should be a good conclusion to the regular season, and really just looking forward to the playoffs. Anything more we need to talk about today?
Bring it on, San Diego. No, other than the tail on the end.
Thank you, Gary Larson, for that. So with that, we will say thank you all for listening. We will talk to you next week. Follow us on social media at Nux Chronicles. Thank you to Helmet Marco for listening, and have a great rest of your week.